Yo, what's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I just sang a little bit. I don't normally sing on these, if you knew, I promise. Country Kane said, Chalupa, I bet Chaminade Miami Central American Heritage would be FSPU. Yeah, they're pretty bad right now, man. They're pretty bad right now. Fools! What's happening, bro, Chacho? Kane's getting the dub right now. Looking dominant so far. That's what I want to see more of, though. We got to establish the run a little bit better. I'm not exactly thrilled with how we've ran the football. Honestly, that's my only gripe of the first half so far. But you know, we'll get into it. Got another fun live stream planned for you guys. Thank you to everyone who is here so far. Make sure you smash that like button. Let me know how you feeling about the first half so far. Started off slow, but really picked up some momentum in the second quarter. Let me know what your feelings are. Cam throwing for 300 yards and 4 TDs in the first half is crazy. But the ground game not getting going is leaving a little bit to be desired, if I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna be nitpicky. I mean, it's hard to be nitpicky. It's 31-0, so you don't want to be too nitpicky, but not really efficient on the ground so far. Cam spreading the ball around is always great. You know, we're seeing Sam Brown get involved. We're seeing both tight ends get involved, running backs catching the ball out the backfield. I love seeing the backs catch the ball out the backfield. As y'all know, on Chalupa and Friends, it's not just about me. It's about the guest as well. I got 2 guests lined up. One of them is actually on the field right now. So we'll wait for him to call in. But let me go ahead and introduce my first guest, my brother from the You Heard Pod, Mr. Joey Cool himself, Mr. Joey Kool-Aid. Now, Joe Williams. How we doing, bro, Chacho?
You know what it is. What's going on, baby? How's everything, man? How's everything going?
Everything's going all right over here. You know I be overreacting. So first quarter was for me, you know me. But like early thoughts on the first half, Joe. What we thinking? How you feeling?
Yeah, man. You know how it is, man. You gotta sit, you hype, ready to go, and then you gotta sit for 2 hours.
You gotta wait.
You know what I mean? And then you gotta get back hype. And
hey, shout out to Polk. Polk had us ready though, because Polk's there, so he was telling us, "Hey, delay." Yeah. But yeah, I went and picked up groceries, bro.
He giving us play by play. We got to get hype again, you know, because we was hype at 3:30. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But yeah, same as you, man. That running game definitely needs to get going. I'm definitely not happy with that, and I've been talking about the running game since the beginning. You know, so. Hopefully we can figure it out, man. But everything else was good. The defense, man, I love the defense.
Bro, when I say swarm,
man,
yo,
orange
Joe,
jerseys, man.
I didn't notice something that you noticed early, that the splits are a little bit different this year. Yeah. Can you dive into that and maybe why we're not seeing such an efficient running game from us?
Yeah, you know, when you have, I swear it looks like they are toe to heel. You know what I mean? Yeah, tight splits. So that tightens down the formations, that tightens down the D line. And you're trying to run in between the tackles. Like normally when you see those splits, you may pop out a little bit, you know, run to the edges or something, but they're still trying to run between the tackles. So it makes it difficult. And then we see what happens with getting rolled up on, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
So I don't know what, you know, I think they're trying to work that RPO. You know, they are working that RPO. But damn.
But there were points in that second quarter where I felt like this was a true air raid, where Dawson was like, we're just not going to though. Like it almost felt like it was just not an option at one point. And I don't want us to start getting too Cam Ward happy. Like I still want to establish the run game, especially on early downs. I don't like getting behind the chains on first down. I know we got the guy to bail us out now, but as a good practice, when you get deeper into the season, you're going to need that running game, man. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I think like, I don't know if you remember Georgia Tech last year, but I think like Ball State, they're selling out on first and second downs. They're bringing safeties in the box. They're kind of selling out, man. So, you know, I guess you got to throw. If you got to throw, you got to throw.
And you see how they're beating all that pressure too. Screens, getting the backs involved. Yeah. The motion to freeze the safety so that I think it was Riley, so that Riley could be open up the seam. Yeah, just to having Chris Johnson just on the little bit of motion, so that safety had to cheat over, opening up that little space in between the hashes, bro. I was losing my mind. That's the kind of stuff I nerd out about, bro. It's like people see cooking when they see trick plays. I see cooking when I see something like that. I'm like, oh, Dawson cooking. Tight ends getting involved again.
Yeah.
What do you think about Cam being a little bit off earlier in the game?
Yeah, variety of reasons, like sitting for a while.
Yeah.
It's wet. It was wet out there. He's known not to have the biggest hands. So, the wet ball could have affected him a little bit. But, he cooked the last couple of drives to finish off the half, and it's 31-0, man. So hopefully he's not coming out in the second half.
I like this point too. Tight splits do help the D line as well.
Yeah,
it really does. When I noticed that, I thought, okay, maybe that's because we got a little bit more speed back there. I didn't notice it till you said something, and then I started looking at it, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's because we are going to work off tackle a little bit more this year. Maybe the idea is let's get CJ on the edge, but we haven't. We still seen more so, trying to run the ball in between the tackles. I want to be more efficient. I want those 4 yards on first down, those 5 yards. We got the backs that fall forward, but they're falling forward for a tough 3 or a tough 2. Like, they're grinding out yards. This isn't me saying, Martinez or Fletch ain't getting it done. I just think a little bit more creativity, maybe some more counter, some guard tackle pull action, something else. All right, we got our third guest in, coming live from the field on the sidelines. Look, if you're not following Geo, you need to. He posted about 300 pictures today from the sidelines, fueling every content creator. I know I was saving all of them. I know Joe was. I know Polk was. Coming live from the game. Geo, how's it going, bro?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Geo.
I mean, we're doing 31-0, baby. How we feeling about the first half?
Great, actually. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. They got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter. Understandably so, considering the weather delay. They picked it up in the second quarter. Would like to see a little more from the run game in the second half. Establish more of that. Pass game is just humming though between Restrepo, George, Horton. Sam Brown needs to get a little more consistent. Chris Johnson, offensive weapon as expected, but overall good performance in the first half. And defensively, I think they've played sound fundamental football. Not many mistakes, and defensive line is getting after Elijah Alston, Tyler Barron, even Akeem Mesidor was the one that forced that interception, just kind of pushing the lineman into the quarterback, and then Elijah Alston came down with it.
What was the temperature like there, Gio, in that second quarter, when it seems like the offense, like they did start off a little sluggish, but in that second quarter, things just started to click, scoring in 16 seconds, Cam distributing the football, these 20-yard passes. They put up a stat earlier. He's got more like 20-yard completions than I think like the rest of the ACC at this point. What was the temperature like when the offense really started hitting their stride there?
Yeah, it just seemed like they were more comfortable. When they came out at the beginning of the game, a little bit sluggish, some miscues here and there, but just overall, the temperature when they started really humming in that second quarter, it was just execution. That's really all it came down to.
All right, y'all. So I got to ask, we don't try to be too negative here. We just like to give our honest reactions. But if there's one thing you want to see them improve on in this second half, what's one thing you'd like to pinpoint? Let's start with you, Joe.
Of course, the running game.
You take the
running game. Yeah, the running game. Simple as that. Yep.
What about you, Gio?
Running game 100%. I will second that. I've had some fans get on my back for the past week and a half, and I've said a comment recently that I felt like the running game's been a little bit underwhelming. I actually have had a hot take that I feel like Mark Fletcher has been Miami's best running back through the first 3 games of the season. I just feel like he hits the hole faster. I know Damian is more of a patient running back. He's that Le'Veon Bell type, but there's times where you really have to hit the hole fast and hard, and you got to get those yards when they're there. So we'll see how they shape up in the second half in terms of the run game. I think they will focus on that in terms of the game plan. They seems like they kind of scrapped it when they felt like they couldn't get some yards early on in the game to churn it out. So, yeah, I would expect to see that in the second half. more of an emphasis on that. And the other factor to that too, you had a Nez Cooper go down with an injury today in the first half.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like anything too serious. He's still in the offensive huddle. He's still on the sidelines. He didn't go back into the locker room, so we'll see if he comes back out for the second half. And then obviously the other injury, Jalen Rivers is out again this week. He will be back soon. So
we saw CC get banged up a little bit there, but he's doing all right, right?
yeah, he's fine.
So obviously, when we got games like this, they're not just tune-up games for the offense and the defense to work. It's an opportunity like last week to get some of the future on the field, to get some reps for guys that are going to be really important going forward. So let's go counterclockwise this time. We'll start with you, Geo. Who are some of the guys that you're excited to see get some PT in the second half of this game?
We've already seen a little bit of Chris Johnson early on in this game. Want to see some more Chris Johnson. Just outside the passing game, get him running with the ball, get him outside on the edge to the perimeter. I think those are the things that he really specializes in. I want to see some more Jordan Lyle as well. He's already flashed a bit early on in these games. Some more Josiah Trader. He was dealing with a minor injury in camp, got some reps last week. This would be a great game to get him in and get some real live reps. Even a guy like Ray Joseph, just for him to start get going too. And then on the defensive side, Justin Scott already started flashing the first half. Want to see more of him. Also want to see a little more from Cole McConaughey, Cam Pruitt, and OJ Frederick has been phenomenal through the first 3 games for Miami. I mean, he does not look like a true freshman out there. And cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play early on in college. So. Yeah. And someone also mentioned in the comments, Zaquan Patterson. I agree there. He had a really good game last week.
Yes. I thought we'd see him sprinkled in a little bit more early, but I'm wondering if they're just going to give him a large chunk of the reps in the second half rather than sprinkling him, pulling him on and off. What about you, Joe? Who are some of the young guys you're hoping to see shine in the second half?
Yeah, I'll take the boring answer. I want to see what the linemen look like. I want to see what Kinsler looks like. I want to see more of Sampson out there. D-line as well, like Geo mentioned, Cole McConaughey, the young boys on the D-line. I want to see Booker Pickett. I don't know if he'll get in, but I would like to see Booker Pickett. Zaquan, definitely Zaquan. Nye Carr. I want to see Nye Carr.
Yes.
But yeah, that's about it.
I'll give one on offense, one on defense, just for the sake of argument, 2 that haven't been named. Dylan Day, who made that fantastic play on special teams. I want to see him get some more run at safety, just because you can never have too many DBs. So let's get these young guys some reps. Let's get them in there. I'll give you 2 on defense, actually. I want to see Bobby Washington get a nice set of reps in the second half. Like, just throw him out there, put him on an island. Let's just let him learn. These are great. These are great reps to learn. Just put him out there. Athleticism, and just go ahead, bro. Let's see what you got. And on offense, for me, I'd like to see Chance Robinson. I know he may have been banged up a little bit too coming into the season. I don't know if he's completely healthy, but if he is, I'd like to see him get involved. Guys like him, guys like Nye, guys like JoJo, they are the future of this offense. So it's always exciting when you get that little glimpse into the future. And I think because he wasn't an early enrollee, a lot of people forgot about him, and Judd the Stud as well. All right, so what I like to do to close these out, because we about to get cranked up for this second half, is I like to assign both of my guests one of the coordinators, and you let me know what you're changing or if you're not going to change anything coming into this second half. Joe, we'll let you be Guidry. Geo, we'll have you as Dawson. What changes are you making coming into this second half?
Me first? Who first?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, we get the young guys in, and we just work basic things. We man up. We get Robbie at corner and see what's going on, and we man up and see who can cover, who can't. We just let the base defense go. We don't need to do anything special. We'll man up, 2 safeties over the top, let the front 4 get to the quarterback, and just play in the second half. Yeah.
I like that. Keep it basic and let the young guys learn.
Yep.
What we got, OC?
Okay, so I think you're already up 31-0 at the half. I'm gonna say, let's see, what was the spread heading in today? It was like 36, right? I think Miami's going to hit over that. I think it was 36 or 38 the spread. I think Miami will get over that. And the other thing I'll mention, just in terms of any changes to the offense, a little more smash mouth football. You're up 31 points. Run down that clock. No unnecessary injuries. Get young guys reps. Get some Chris Wheatley Humphrey in there too to get him some reps.
Yes.
Some AJ Allen.
I saw somebody
well.
mention him earlier as well. Yes.
Yeah, I think
love that.
Just
Great
for the
shout.
second half, get your running backs hot and comfortable and just in the rhythm of things. It seems like they haven't been too involved into the game plan. I don't know if that's by design. It doesn't seem like it was. It seems like there was an adjustment in the middle of the first quarter that they realized they really weren't getting much off the run game, so they went straight to the pass. So, yeah, just like I said earlier, just establish the run game. I need to see that Miami has a legitimate run game this year. I am a little bit concerned about that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I started off too. I was just, saying like, let me let y'all know we're not being too negative here. But my first thought was we're gonna need it. I love that we have the quarterback where if we do get behind early in the sequence, it's 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11. Cam can make up for it, or he's smart enough in 2nd and long to know, let me dump this thing off to Fletch. Fletch will get me 16 and give me a manageable 3rd down. But I want the run game because deeper in the season we'll need it. You're gonna have to close teams out. Sometimes you're gonna have a hot offense on the other side of the field sometimes, and you're gonna have to play keep away. So, and sometimes it's fun to have a quick strike offense, but that's a quick 3 and out sometimes as well. So I do want to be able to establish the run this way. Deeper in the games, we're not asking one to do everything. We're not asking Cam to pick up 3rd and shorts and 2nd and shorts. So I do want to, and we know Cristobal. We know Cristobal wants to establish the ground game. And I think, again, these are just great reps. So let's get it done now. I like what Geo said. Let's not even be too flashy. You're up 31. Pound the rock, man. Of course, you want Poff to sling it a little bit. You want the receivers to get a couple catches, to get some burn. But I'm with you guys. Let's dump the running back room that we got. We've got a lot of them. So let's run the young guys.
So
last thoughts from both of you guys.
I'll add one last thought, or just more so observation. I'm watching from the field and taking photography and just putting some notes out there on social media as I notice things along the way through the game. The energy is very great on the sideline. Everyone is uppity. No one is kind of just lackadaisical or just kind of or out of the game. Everyone's really into it. And the other thing I'll mention, Jason Taylor, wow, his energy with that entire defensive line group, those guys play hard for him. They play very hard for him, and you see it on the field.
Yeah,
I love seeing that because you don't get those insights. They're not going to be really themselves either in practices where media is going to be there, but they're their true selves today. You get to see Jason Taylor in his element. He don't care who's watching.
Even Mario's really amped right now. He's got the 1989 team that he played on here. Some former teammates, Claude Jones, Calvin Harris, a whole bunch of those guys are out here.
What's Kevin Beard like on the sideline?
He's a little more chill, but he's very instruction type with his guys. He runs them through things when they may have missed something. He's not very like the rah 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 type, but again, everyone has their certain styles. His works with his group.
I like that. You do need different styles. Don't yell at me all the time, bro. Especially because Mario be yelling. So somebody got to be quiet. Joe, last thoughts before we get into this second half.
Stay healthy, man. Stay healthy. Finish strong. Stay healthy. That's all we need, baby.
All right, prediction, real quick. What's gonna be the final score, fellas?
Oh gosh, what is it now?
31-0.
31. I think Miami will finish with 52. Let me see that. 30.
Let's go. I wanted the 50 burger.
No, actually, no. I'll say
Joe?
51. 51. They'll finish with 51.
Yeah, I'll say 45, 10.
I'm gonna go 51 because I wanted the 50 burger. Thank you guys so much for coming. Hey, if you're new, hit the like button. Both of my guests, their handles are in the description. Go follow them. Go follow Geo right now. He posts live pictures. I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest things you can do on Twitter. It's almost like you're on the sidelines with him. Go follow both of his accounts right now. Trust me, you're just going to see me repost them anyway. You're going to ask me where they're from. They're from Geo. Please go follow Geo. Thank you guys so much. Let's go whoop some you know what, and stay healthy as well. Let's stay healthy, get a dub, and let's go into next week confident and ready to whoop some more tail. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Let's go get this dub. Go Canes.
Go Canes. Yes, sir.